So college was very tough for me. People joke about how people in Africa are so poor. That wasn't the case for me. I mean, I had to come to the United States to experience what poverty was about, to experience what it means to not having resources to do the things that you can do. So college was that way for me. A friend of mine, Mamadou, we slept on the floor that was, this carpet was actually a lot softer than where we slept for days because we didn't have any resources. I was earning $15 a week, and I earned that because there was this kid whose name was Robin. Her mother used to allow me to coach her on Wednesdays on soccer. So he used to pay me $15 a week, an hour on Wednesdays. And that $15 was my budget for the week. We'd go to a very cheap store. I had a car, so I'd take $10 and I'd put some gas in the car for the next week. So the $5 was how much money I had for 1 week, and would go to the very cheap stores and buy spaghetti for like 25 cents, like 50 cents noodle and spaghetti. We lived on that for some time. My friend and I, we used to walk around and pick up those pennies. When you see pennies, we used to pick them up because there was a McDonald's around the corner that had 15-cent cheeseburgers on Wednesdays. And that was our buffet. We looked forward to Wednesdays because that's when we could eat, like really eat. Otherwise, we were struggling in college. And so that helped define who I was. So I had to be very innovative at school. And the way I did that was I joined an organization on campus because whenever there's an event, there was food. It's actually true. And after school, it wasn't all great. I also had to go to other charities after school. My first job, I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And that's not what I wanted to do. I worked there for a year and a half. I was doing well. But I woke up one day and I just quit. And I went and got an internship at the Georgia House of Representatives. And I was doing research for lawmakers on, helping prepare for hearings and those kind of things. The person who hired me, when she looked at my resume, she's like, you must be crazy because you got a job that's paying you 30-something for you, and you want to do an internship that pays you $200 a week. I didn't get it, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in public service. And I remember, I'll be there the whole day, like listening to budget, listening to hearings. And I felt good because I felt that's something that I wanted to do. I may not want to do it for the rest of my life, but at that point, that's what I wanted to do. So I came to DC without my friend, wanted to work with the public, wanted to provide the leader that I know to try to better someone's life. And so the fellowship has allowed me to do that. Worked in the Office of African Affairs, worked in Department of General Services on the efficient sustainability project, and I'm now working in the budget office. I've really enjoyed it. It allowed me to understand what Adelaide does in a day-to-day basis, to understand how the city functions by following the money and sort of following the policies on what mayor wanted to do. So that's been my story. I don't want to take about the project and decide.
Time out. You do it different than anybody else, right, man?
Well, yeah,
He says he took a proposal and put it together.
No,
Is that what you did?
No, what I mean is when agencies submit proposals, then you pick the proposal the agency want to go work with, and you sit with the agency and you talk about the actual proposal. You decide if this is right for you, and they decide if you're right for them. But I always made it a point that, when I go to these discussions, I want them to know what I want to get out of it. I don't want them to think I'm just going to be working for a project, answer emails, and then at the end of the 6 months, just go goodbye. I tell them that if I do come, this is what I want to do. But in addition to this, I'm sort of very direct sometimes. People think it's cultural. African culture is sometimes, if you don't understand it, you might think the person is cocky. It's not that. I'm just very direct. So I tell the agency, I will come, but I wanna learn about this. I wanna know what you know, because I don't want you to just put me off on a corner somewhere and forget about me. I wanna know what you know, and I've told that to all of my directors, and they were okay with it. And that's the case. My director is very good at helping me sit in conference calls, meetings, or give me projects that is really not something at my level, but it's just an opportunity for me to learn about things that are important to learn about. And that's been my attitude the whole time. When I go to an agency for rotation, it's yes, thank you for choosing me, but you're welcome for taking me because I think I bring something to the agency as well. And I think all fellows do that. So that's just been my attitude, and it works for me. It may not work for you.
signs of caution right here.